Good evening. We made it to another Friday somehow. I always try to wear something especially flamboyant on Fridays. So tonight, maybe you can say it. Kind of a hard to say. Maybe a little Shakespearean. So this weekend, planning on doing our concept art project, throwing stones. Someone's gonna get beautiful bracelet. I put it up on the blog, doing this crazy rapping on it. Think I got too into Hershey's Kisses as a child, so I'm trying to emulate that in the packaging, so it looks like a little Hershey's Kiss. But someone's gonna get a gorgeous bracelet, something like this. Get a good look at it. It's very sparkly. It's beautiful. I always wear mine, so I'm hoping it's gonna really bless somebody, and it's gonna bring something good into their life. And if you benefit from this project, let us know. We like to hear good news if it ever comes our way. Okay, so we're going to get into the memoirs of Count Charles Tristan Montagne. So many Charleses in this book. The Napoleon, the guy who cheated on him, not him. Josephine cheated on Napoleon with the Charles. That's well known. And there's a lot of Charleses, notorious Charleses in this story. Let's see another one. Hortense's plant boyfriend is named Charles also, Charles Fao. Let's see, other ones. Actually, Napoleon's father was named Carlo, and Napoleon had Hortense name her oldest son, Charles, after his father. So her son's name was actually Charles also, Charles Napoleon Louis. I think that's right. Definitely Charles Napoleon was her first son. All right, so I'm sure I could dig up some other ones. Anyways, this is a Charles too. That's a beautiful name. Anyway, Napoleon thought he was Charlemagne, son of Charles. He really believed that, and he's always referring to this in the memoirs that he used to be Charlemagne. He used to be Julius Caesar. He used to be particularly Alexander. Those are the three. He felt he was drawing on his memory of being them, because what's so amazing about Napoleon is he was negotiating treaties. He was establishing banks. He was doing all of these things where his education was only that he had gone to the military school in Paris. That's it. So he left school, I don't know, 16 years old, and he completely knew how to run an empire at 29 years old. So, of course, he was drawing on a memory. He was a little poor gentleman from Corsica. There's no way he could have done that stuff, except if he had been a great genius who had some special mystical knowledge going on. And I want people to know that about him. He was not a normal person. And the story continues. Okay, let's go. On the next morning, we awoke again inside of Funchal at the same point which we had left in the night. One might almost have believed that all the events of the past night had been but a dream. At the commencement of the storm, the Admiral had expressed a wish that none of us should be on deck. But he perceived my curiosity, and I was allowed to remain the whole time on the quarter deck with Captain Ross, only quitted it to go and apprise the Emperor of the state of things. From the moment that the Emperor set foot on the Northumberland, he formed for himself entirely new habits. He constantly opposed the most noble resignation to the effects of Lord Bathurst's instructions, and perhaps by this means doubly obtained the respect and admiration of all the English who had the honor to approach him. Not one of them could resist the magical influence of his actions and words, and every day we remarked the Admiral advancing a step nearer to the conduct which he would doubtless have assumed from the first, If his instructions had prescribed to him respect for crowned heads instead of the severity of a gendarme who is answerable for his prisoner, the emperor breakfasted in his room and did not appear among the English till about 4 o'clock, when he passed into the saloon and amused himself with a game of chess or piquet till the admiral came to pay his respects to him and to take him to dinner. An English dinner would have been too long for his habits. From the first, he rose at the time when ladies in England quit the table and went to walk on the deck. The admiral hesitated a moment. We all rose, and the English followed our example. The emperor begged them to reseat themselves and took the grand marshal alone with him. From that day forward, he continued this habit during the whole voyage. We each took our turn to follow him to the deck. The emperor almost always conversed during his walk on the deck with the officers and often with the crew of the vessel. He questioned them about the actions in which they had been and about the organization of the Navy, and always astonished them by his own knowledge. He chose for an interpreter some young midshipman who spoke French, or Mr. O'Meara, or sometimes even a sailor or a soldier. For several of these were from Jersey and spoke French perfectly well. There were also several Italians from the Ionian Isles or from Malta, whom he liked to call and employ as interpreters. This is something Napoleon goes on about a lot with the English customs at dinner. So they have dinner, and then the ladies are dismissed. And according to Napoleon, the guys all get very drunk. And he's constantly accusing them of being drunks. I think he's kidding, but he kids a lot about it. I don't know what his problem was. But he's always saying, I want to talk to the ladies. I don't get this at all. You guys all want to sit around with each other and drink. I'd rather go with the ladies. He always. It's Napoleon. I'm afraid I turned something off, so let me make sure I did. All right. Okay. You got something I have to turn off. It makes noise. This is my little Wayne's World basement set. Kind of excited because I did like Wayne's World when I was a teenager. And now I get to have a little basement set of my own. So it's very exciting for me. Living my own dreams. So next we're going to go into Las Casas in Italian. What is going on here? I tell you if I can. I don't always know. German, Italian are not languages I speak yet. To understand some of it. All right, here we go. Napoleon's saying that, when he had to get a little restrictive with the crowned heads, he made it very pleasant for them. They barely knew that they were under surveillance, and he's talking about Ferdinand of Spain. Spain. That was a mess. So, understatement of all time. So, that's what he was saying. That he knew how to treat people, and that he called them English gold. I just want you to know, that's what he called his enemies. He didn't say, oh, I'm up against the Prince Regent. Oh, no, not at all. English gold, okay? So that's what he called his enemy. That should tell you something. Okay, anyway, let's get going. Napoleon seems like he's in the middle of something. Proprio prima di questo colloquio, l'imperatore, scioccando agli scacchi, essendo caduto il suo re, aveva esclamato: Ah, il mio povero Luigi XVIII, e cotti a basso, e siccome dopo averlo raccolto glifo reso mutilato, aurori proruppi di nuovo per fermo, io non accetto l'augurio e sono ben lontano dal desider arglillo. Io non gliso mali a questo segno, non vuole tralasciare tal circostanza, sebbene di poco conto, essendo essa caratteristica sotto molti rispetti. L'imperatore, frattanto, ritirosi nel suo appartamento e noi continuavamo a ragionare in fra noi qual piacevolezza e disinvoltura nel suo terribile infortunio. Dicevamo che calma d'animo, scevro di amarezza, d'ira e d'odio, chi a questi tratti riconoscerebbe con lui che la nemistà e la menzogna ritrasero con sì cupi colori che anche fra i suoi lo conobbi a fondo. Oh, cerco di farlo bene conoscere. Un'altra sera l'imperatore parlava dei suoi primi anni nell'artiglieria e dei suoi compagni di mensa. Era questa un'epoca alla quale ritornava sempre con gran diletto. Gli venne ricordato uno dei suoi commensali che avevano sotto di lui e sotto il ricoperto la carica di prefetto dello stesso spartimento. Non aveva potuto ottenere di esserlo di nuovo al suo ritorno. L'imperatore, cercando di rammemorarselo, disse dopo aver costituì in una certa epoca perduto l'occasione di fare la propria fortuna con lui, che allorquando ai divenne comandante dell'esercito dell'interno lo aveva colmo di benefici, fatto suo aiutante di campo e aveva in animo di farne un uomo di fiducia. Ma questo aiutante di campo, contando favorito, erasi mal comportato verso di lui al momento della partenza per l'esercito d'Italia, avendo abbandonato il suo generale per il direttorio. Non diremo, diceva l'imperatore, una volta sul trono, egli avrebbe potuto ancora molto su di me, ovessi saputo prevalersene. Aveva il diritto dei primi anni che non si perdi mai. Non avrai per fermo resistito ad una sorpresa in un ritrovo, per esempio di caccia, o ad un breve colloquio sui tempi passati. Avrei posto in obbedienza quanto mi aveva fatto più, non importavami se fossi stato o meno dal mio partito. Chi è che? Chi è che allora li aveva tutti riuniti? Quelli che possedevano la chiave del mio carattere sapevano bene che con me, in qualunque disposizione mi trovassi verso d'essi, era come al gioco della barriera, in cui la partita è vinta tosto che si possa raggiungere il segno, tal che non restava altro partito vi avessi voluto potuto resistere che di rifiutarmi a vederli. Ci parlava di un altro antico commilitone, il quale con un po' di disinvoltura e con le qualità convenienti avrebbe tutto potuto sull'animo suo. Aggiungeva che un altro, se fossi stato meno avido, non sarebbe mai stato allontanato dal suo fianco. Noi domandavano a noi stessi se costoro avessero sospettato un tal segreto e di quanto poteva loro accadere. E se d'altra parte innalzamento e illustri dell'imperatore avessero lasciato ad essi la facilità di trarne profitto nell'argomento del lustro e della potenza imperiale. Il gran maresciallo diceva che, per quanto grande e splendido che fosse apparso Napoleon sul trono, non gli aveva però mai lasciato un'impressione superiore e forse neanche uguali a quella provata allorché fu fatto a capo dell'esercito d'Italia. Egli andava sì bene svolgendo e commentando il suo pensiero, per modo che l'imperatore non poteva ascoltarlo senza un specie di compiacenza. Puri osservavamo noi quanti grandi avvenimenti non si successero, qual innalzamento, quante grandezze, qual rimonanza per tutta la terra. L'imperatore ascoltava, puri disegni, malgrado tutto ciò. Parigi è sì grandi e racchiudi tante gente d'ogni specie, ed alcuni si fattamente bizarri, che io suppongo sia alcuno il quale non abbiamo veduto mai, e possa servi anche qualche altro a cui perfino il mio nome non sia mai pervenuto. Non lo credete voi? Le diceva egli, con il sentire con qual bizarreria e con quanta facondia sviluppava la sua tesi, che ben conosceva non potersi sostenere. Tutti allora abbiamo ad una voce esclamato che quanto al nome suo non eravamo né città, né villaggio, né angolo in Europa, forse nel mondo in cui non fosse stato pronunziato. Taluno soggiunse, Sir, prima di ritornare in Francia, alla pace, Damien, mentre vostra maestà non era che primo consolo, volle percorrere il paese di Galles come una delle contrade più straordinarie dell'Inghilterra. Salì in ospiti montagne e di prodigiosa altezza e rinveni capanne che credeva appartenessero ad altro mondo. Entrando in uno di quei remoti solitudini, diceva ad un mio compagno di viaggio che deve trovarsi in riposo e in questi luoghi possiamo sottarci al romazzo della rivoluzione. Il padrone, sospettandoci alle 100 francesi, ci richiese subito notizie della Francia e che cosa facessi il suo primo console Bonaparte. Sir, disse un altro di noi, e abbiamo la curiosità di chiedere ai nostri ufficiali della Cina se i nostri affari d'Europa fossero giunti sino a quell'impero. Senza dubbio risposero a vero dire in un modo confuso perché Dio non ne interessa gran fatto mai il nome del vostro imperatore, vie celebrato e consunto alla grande idea di conquista e di rivoluzioni, precisamente come penetrarono fino a noi i nomi di quelli che mutarono aspetto a quella parte di terra, come i Genghis Khan e Tamerlane. La pubblicazione del memoriale ha indotto parecchi a somministrarmi chiarimenti su fatti di cui erano stati attori o testimoni nell'argomento della fama universale di Napoleon, di cui e chi parla. L'uno mi disse che dopo Waterloo e la dissoluzione dell'esercito, essendosi recato a cercar servizio in Persia e trovandosi messo all'udienza del sovrano, il primo oggetto che colpisse ai suoi sguardi fu il ritratto di Napoleon sul trono medesimo, sopra la testa della Shah, un altro ritornando dalle stesse regioni. Assicuravami che l'idea del potere di Napoleon era talmente popolare in tutta l'Asia e vi esercitava tali un'influenza che dopo la caduta di lui, gli agenti del re incaricati di surrogare i suoi erano stati spesso costretti a rivestirsi dell'autorità del nome di Napoleon per procacciarsi benevolenza lungo la via e rendersi più facile l'accesso delle loro destinazioni. Un terzo finalmente mi scrisi che il capitano del naviglio, il Bordelais, nel suo viaggio lunghissimo sulla costa nord-ovest dell'America, approdando alle isole di Sandwich, ed è stato presentato al re, il quale durante l'udienza domandò del re Giorgio III e dell'imperatore Alessandro ai piedi del trono stava assisa una donna che era la favorita del principe, la quale a ciascuno europeo preferito dal re rivolgevasi verso di lui con un sorriso di sdegno ed una manifesta impazienza. Ma non potendo più contenersi, interruppe il re, esclamando: E Napoleon, come sta? I know that's super long. Anyway, I'm not that great Italian, so I was really trying to understand it. They were talking about when Napoleon was greatest and how he is famous all over the world as being a very benevolent monarch. There's this really clever thing with Sir Alexander. I know it would be brilliant, but I can't remember what the story was, and I don't know. I'm sorry. So sad. Hopefully I'll get better at Italian. I'm just not that good at it. Anyway, I am good at Spanish and French though, so I do usually understand what's going on in those books. Right, I'm really good at Portuguese, but I don't have books in Portuguese. So now we're gonna go once again. Poor Lavalette begging to not get guillotined for running the post office. Okay, so I'm happy to tell you the story so you can see what it's like when terrorists run the government. They won't even let him choose how he's going to be killed for running the post office. Okay? Why do I do this? Because it's unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Why? Everybody join me now, please. This is unacceptable. You can't leave the house or you take something that might kill you. Killed my mother, okay? This is crazy. This is out of control. Everybody should have gone crazy a long time ago. This is unbelievable. I can't believe all these people are going along with it. How do you people live with yourselves? And I'm the problem. I'm not the problem. No, no, no. It's the lying. This is out of control. Stop lying. That's right, right? And that's why Lavalette was in jail. Couldn't even choose how they were going to kill him for running the post office, okay? Secret societies, okay? That's what this is. That's how they run things through terrorism and lying. And they're huge in Europe. And they're great at controlling people who can be bought, okay? All these people lying to you were bought at some point. Yep, that's right. That's right. That's a little mini rant. I got plenty other ones, okay? Fed up, 100% fed up. Why is everybody so scared? Okay? Everything is terrorism. They're constantly threatening to kill you. You're so afraid to die. You see? It's out of control. That had to come out because I'm completely fed up. Utterly fed up. Anyway, let me continue. Lavalette can't even choose how he's going to be executed under secret society, puppet, terrorism government. Okay? Like the one we all live under right now. Yeah. Okay? That's the truth. This is out of control. People, courage, okay? Backbones. Please, I'm begging you to look out for yourselves, okay? Thank you. I would be so grateful if you do that. Okay. Parmi les personnes qui prenaient intérêt à moi, j'étais loin de compter sur les doutes ragueuses. Liée de la plus tendre amitié depuis longtemps, sa conduite envers l'empereur en 1814 m'avait éloigné de lui. J'aurais rompu avec éclat. Cependant, j'ai reçu une lettre du maréchal. J'allais 2 fois par semaine aux Tuileries, m'écrivait-il. J'irai maintenant 2 fois par jour. J'ai parlerai. Je susciterai jusqu'à l'opportunité. Tout ce qui a du cœur se joindra à moi et j'espère obtenir ce que je désire le plus au monde. Ces douces consolations de l'amitié courageuse ne me faisions plus d'illusions. J'ai vu que j'avais été condamnée, comme elle est lettre de maréchal Ney peut servir d'exemple. Il était le premier par sa réputation dans les hiérarchies militaires. J'étais aux yeux de la Cour le plus important dans l'ordre civil. Ancien des camps du général Bonaparte, du Saint-Germain, du prince Michel et de la reine de Hollande, qui de décès, directeur général des postes pendant 12 ans. Et à ce titre, dépositaire de beaucoup de secrets qu'il fallait étouffer. C'était du moins son opinion. Ma mort était irrévocable. Je devais donc me résigner. L'on fit sachez d'un œil ferme et m'a familiarisé avec tous les détails du supplice que j'allais subir. Les geôliers m'avions souvent fait des récits des derniers moments de la plupart des malheureux qui les avions quittés pour marcher à la grève. Mais je voulais savoir tous les détails de ce qu'ils appelaient la toilette. C'est un peu avant 4 heures qu'il est condamné et amené au greffe à pénalité de passer la porte basse qui donne entrée dans cette pièce et que l'exécuteur et ses valets se présentant, ils font asseoir la cardonnée sur la banque, lui ôtant son habit, lui coupant ses cheveux et le col de sa chemise, et enfin lui tient les mains derrière les dos ou les conduit ainsi jusqu'à la charrette qui se trouva à la porte. C'est un terrible moment, ce qui jusque-là ont montré le plus de sang-froid, de courage tombant abattu dans un grand désordre. Mais la grandeur et la présence de la foule et ramènement suivant pendant la route, quelquefois aussi l'exhortation du confesseur. J'écoutais avec attention. Revenons sur les détails. Multiplions les observations. À tous les yeux, faisons recommencer cet affreux récit. Tantôt peu le puis ou l'autre, quelques gestes, à tout ce qu'il sera possible de faire pour le toucher sera tenté avec courage. Espère encore. Okay, like I can't read this stuff. It's so crazy. So he's gonna get guillotined. They're not gonna let him get shot. This is why I get mad. Cause it's worse now. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, so since he's gonna be guillotined, he starts finding out everything they do to people before they're guillotined. And he goes through every detail where they sit him down, they cut his hair, when they cut his shirt, they tie him up, they put him in a cart in public, and then there's people there to watch, okay? And he goes through this every day, just getting used to it so he can deal with the fact that he's going to be tied up like an animal and have his head cut off. And he has to deal with this, okay? For running the post office. And you want to know the real reason? He's saying it right here. Because he knows everybody's secrets, because he ran the post office. See? Do you see how this works? All these people care is about keeping their secrets. And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to tell their secrets, okay? Because I'm sick of this. They chase me around. These people are insane, okay? Secrets. Tell their secrets, okay? Begging you to do this. Because then what? Then they're done, okay? And they can stop doing this murder. Okay, because they kill people all of the time, all over the world. Okay, they're constantly killing people. Yeah, that's right. This is what the whole media is there, so you won't look at that. Okay, all that the sexy girls are so you won't see this stuff. That's right. I can't control myself sometimes. But why should I? Why should I keep their secrets? They constantly harass me. That's right. This is out of control. Out of control. We should not be living like this. Absolutely not. No way. No. Everybody should be just like me, okay? No. The answer is no. Go away. Leave us alone. Go freaking do it with each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that they involve us, okay? I can't believe this. I can't control myself anymore. Oh my goodness. But I'm a hothead. I can't help it. Okay, so it's time for Spanish. 19 de octubre. Las 9:30 de la mañana. Está un poco mejor. Sin embargo, el frío de las extremidades inferiores se renueva al ponerse el sol. Los vegetatorios se han secado. El pulso está como de ordinario. 20 de octubre. A las 8 se siente el emperador algo mejor. Salí en coche, pasé 2 horas y vuelve abrumado de cansancio. Apenas se había acostado cuando le acomete con mayor fuerza el frío en las extremidades, pero poco a poco se disipa, reemplazándole un calor abrasador que se extiende por todo su cuerpo, al cual se sigue una calma general, al pulso débil y nervioso. 21 de octubre, el emperador se encuentra bastante mejorando. Quiere tomar un baño y se está en el 3/4 de hora. Al mediodía baja el jardín y en tanto que se pasea me habla sobre los obstáculos y facilidades que había hallado en la época de su consulado. Los ejércitos estaban desmayados y rechazados sobre la línea del mar. El enemigo tocaba ya a la frontera. Estábamos amenazados de una invasión, pero la población corrió a las armas, todo se puso en movimiento. Marchamos y se salvó la Francia. De este modo me fui contando Napoleón las ocurrencias con sus pormenores, hablándome de sus relaciones con Valogny y del espíritu que reinaba en el mediodía. El 4, que me hacía concordaba muy poco con las revelaciones hechas en la tribuna por un noble emigrado y con la elevación de Bronquel que desconcertó la incomparable jornada de Marengo. Sin duda el marqués se había equivocado en el número, pues cuando se tenía valor y 25.000 hombres, no se oculta uno de espera aquí el enemigo haya desembarazado el campo para sonar la carga. 22 de octubre, el emperador se halla mucho mejor. Ha recobrado fuerzas y apetito y se ha dedicado durante 4 horas a un trabajo importante. Había convidado a comer al gran mariscal y a su familia y estaba contento y satisfecho. El olor había dormido todo el día y podría que ser no despertase más, con lo que estaba lleno de esperanzas. Apenas me restablece, me decía, os restituiré a los estudios, pasaréis a Europa y publicaréis vuestras obras, pues no quiero que os consumáis en este peñasco espantoso. Creo me habéis dicho que no habéis estado en Francia, entonces veréis sus canales y aquellos monumentos de que la llené en tiempo de mi poder. Este ha pasado como un relámpago, mas no importa, pues aunque corto está lleno de útiles instituciones inmortales, señor, tal como la Cherburgo, Torín, Ameris. No, doctor, yo las he hecho mejores que esas. He consagrado la revolución inoculándola en nuestras leyes. Mi código es ancora de salud de que salvará a la Francia. Y mi título, las bendiciones de la posteridad. Además, según decías poco los establecimientos, las fundaciones, Presines, Corfú, Ostende, los Alpes allanados. Es una empresa cuyo proyecto viene desde mis primeros ensayos. Acababa yo de entrar en Italia, de donde eran largas y difíciles las comunicaciones con París, con el fin de hacerlas más prontas. Resolví abrirlas por el valle de Rodano. Quise también hacer este río navegable y romper la roca debajo de la cual se sumergió. Yo había enviado ingenieros a conocer la obra, cuyo coste debía ser moderado, y sometí el proyecto al directorio, pero los acontecimientos nos arrastraban. Pasé a Egipto y nadie pensó más en él. Emprendí nuevamente a mi regreso cuando habiendo ya echado a los abogados, no tenía más embarazos. Descargamos nuestros martillos sobre los Alpes y ejecutamos lo que los romanos no habían osado intentar, pues sentamos en medio de los granitos un camino sólido, espacioso y a prueba del tiempo, pero no de la industria piamontesa. ¿Cómo acaso lo destruyen? Si me lo han dicho. Ay, eso es mal hecho. La casa de Saboya me debía más miramientos. Entró entonces en largos pormenores sobre el armisticio de Xerasco, sobre el fervor democrático del directorio y su repugnancia por la paz. Con efecto, cuando Napoleón insistía en la ratificación del tratado con aquel rey, manifestando la muchedumbre de sus tropas y recursos, se opuso Talleyrand con todo empeño, practicando tus ardides enredos estuvieron a su alcance para no firmar el contrato. Quería suscitar conspiraciones en los estados del Piemonte, insurreccionar los países y subornar los soldados. Finalmente, por la carta que sigue se podrá juzgar mejor sus intentos. So once again, we're talking about when was Napoleon at his greatest. So Antomarchy's saying that he did these incredible canals and all these amazing public works. That's what was the most incredible thing about Napoleon. He was so amazing. And then Napoleon says, well, you know, I did the civil code. That was really a revolution of laws. Oh, it goes on, you know. Oh, and then I fixed the postal system in Italy. You know, there was all these places you could read. This goes on. He was so incredible. You gotta love him. So, he could do everything. And that's who they treated like a prisoner, slowly murdered to death, because he's helping people, okay? Okay? He was wonderful. He was a wonderful leader. And what did you hear your whole life? You heard that he was a warmonger, right? That he was like Hitler. See, who made that story up? Who made Hitler? Who's the warmongers? Think about it. You see? Napoleon was the opposite there. See? He's being accused of what the actual leaders are like right now. They put that on Napoleon, you see, and they try to do that to me. Anybody they don't like, they say they're a terrorist. They've been trying to pin that on me for years. I mean, I literally make cartoons about it, that they somehow want to turn me into a terrorist because they're terrorists. And someone has to be the terrorist in this scenario, and they don't want it to be them. See? So everybody who ever comes up against them somehow turns into a terrorist. Have you noticed that? See, the truth is flowing right now. Anyone who comes up against them, by the time they're done, they're either a denier or a terrorist. And people fall for this, and they go along with it because they're so afraid. Please. And it would be so easy, like switching a button. Everybody just do it. There's like not that many of them. They're scared. That's right. They're the ones who are so afraid. The terrorists are very afraid themselves. See, it's very ironic. They wouldn't have to scare us all the time if they weren't terrified. That's how scared people work. This is very basic psychology. I apologize if I'm being patronizing. I really do. But the behavior needs to come up a couple notches. That's why I'm being so patronizing, because the behavior, we could do better. We should do better. Anyway, so we're just going to try to get through this German. It's a different book. He's not talking about Italy anymore. German's not, I'm not that good at German yet. Sorry. Bei diesen Verhältnissen bestimmten einzig volles Menschen, denen das Wohl ihres Vaterlands am Herzen lag, durch Pläne und Abhandlungen die Regierung zu dem Entschluss in der Kunst die Hilfe zu suchen, welcher uns die Natur verweigert hatte. Nach vielfachen Zweifeln und Versuchen entschließt man sich endlich für die Bucht von Cherbourg. Cherbourg again. 3 books of Cherbourg in it. Die mithilfe eines unermesslichen, in der mir eingelegten Dames geschützt werden musste. Dadurch sollten wir gleichsam unter den feindlichen Toren eine Fliehkräde erhalten vor unserem Schiff zu jeder Stunde und bei allen Winden gegen den Feind auslaufen oder ihm entgehen konnten. Diese Unternehmung, sagte der Kaiser, war großartig und ruhmvoll, aber eine schwierige Aufgabe, besonders für die Finanzen. der damaligen Zeit. Man führte den Gedanken außer den Darmdurcher und misslicher Roder. Regel. So wird die im Hafengeband hierauf an ihrer bestimmten Stelle buxiert und dort mit Steinen ausgefüllt und untergetaucht werden. Eine sehr scharfsinnig Verfahren Ludwig XVI. Diese Arbeiten mit seiner Gegenwart. Er ließ Versailles, was man für ein Ereignis rechnen konnte. In den damaligen Zeiten verließ einer König niemals seinen Wohnort, seine Ausflüge beschränkten sich auf eine Jagdpartie und man machte keine solche Reisen wie gegenwärtig auch, glaube ich, voll bemerkte der Kaiser, dass ich nicht wenig dazu beigetragen habe, die Chroniker beweglicher zu machen. Nein, das sind die Dinge, das Gespräche der Zeit annehmen mussten, so ergab sich ein ewiger Kampf. Das sind wirklich entgegenstreben der Erde und des Meeres, das sich nicht ihre Marken ist. Man hätte in dieser Versicherung sagen können, dass es in Frankreich zwei Könige gebe oder dass der regierende König zweierlei Interessen hatte und zwei Willen haben sollte, was ihr in der Tat so viel hieß, als er habe keinen Willen gehabt. Hier handelt es sich nun bloß von dem Jahr und doch entschied man für die Erde nicht wegen des Vorzugs der Gute, sondern wegen der Priorität ihrer Rechte und davor es sich um das Wohl des Reichs handelte, sah man ohne Zweifel nur einen Gegenstand der Hierarchie, dadurch allein würde der große Zwecke, die praktvolle Unternehmung Versailles studierte sich auf der Insel Pelette und am dort Quirkeville an. Man hatte sie dort bloß als Gruß für den Dame gewünscht, der an sich die Hauptsache war stattdessen, aber sing die Erde an sich so säßen und zwangen den Damen herauf, sich nach ihr zu richten und nach ihren sogar zu krümmen. Was standen nun daraus, dass er Schluss passte, den man zu Wunder für die ganze Masse unserer Flotten verrückte seiner Sorte, um sowohl den Feinden in Herzen anzugreifen, als bei vorkommenden Fällen dort eine Zuflucht zu finden. Nun nur noch keinen Raum für höchsten 15 Linienschiffe, da wurde für 100 und darüber hätte dienen sollen. Das ist der würde man ohne größere Mühe und ohne bedeutend größere Kosten dadurch gesiegt haben, wenn man denn da etwas weiter hinaus im Meer eingelegt hätte. Wenn auch genau über die Punkte hinaus, welche die Erde sich eingeegnet und fest mit sich verbunden hatte. All right. Something about ships. I'm sorry, it's all I got. Just not that good at German. Anyway, good night. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you have a very good evening.